Gopi Janavalabha Girvaradhari Girvara Yashodanandana Vrajajanaranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Vanachari Jayarada Madhava Kunja Bihari Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Nitai Gora Haribo Nitai Gora Haribo Nitai Gora Jai Kishore Jai Kishore Jai Kishore Jai Shri Radhe Kishore Jai Kishore Jai Shri Radhe Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Baladeva Jaya Subhadraya Jaya Sudarshana Jagannatha Jaya Baladeva Jaya Subhadraya Jaya Prabhupada Shiva Prabhupada Shiva Prabhupada Nitai Gora Haribol Nitai Gora Haribol Nitai Gora Haribol Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai Shri Granth Sahib Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai Shri New Sevakun Chashram Ki Jai Their Divine Lordship Shri Radha Shri Kishore Ki Jai Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Ki Jai Shri Gauranitai Ki Jai His Divine Lord and Grace of Shri Bhaktivedanta Swami Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai All glories to Shishi Guru and Shigoranga, all glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Good morning. Welcome to Srimad Bhagavatam class today. We continue reading 10th canto, chapter 60, entitled Lord Krishna Teases Queen Rukmini. Text number 55 on the board. So we read Sanskrit and translation by the disciples of His Divine Grace Abhasharana Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashta Preshav Badrishu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Utamashloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Shimvatan Swakahtha Krishnam Punya Shavanam Kirtanam Hridyantostva Bhadrani Vidhunuti Suhritsatam Natvadrishim, right on the board. You can follow. Natvadrishim Pranayanim Grihinim Griheshu Natvadrishim Pranayanim Grihinim Grihishu Pashyami Manini Yasya Sva Vivaha Kale Praptan Nripanna Viganaya Yaraho Harume Prasthapito Dvija Upashruta Sadkathasya Natvadrishim Pranayanim Grihinim Grihishu Pashyami Maniniya Sva Vivaha Kale Praptan Nripanna Viganaya Raho Harume Prasthapito Dvija Upashruta Satkadhasya. Natvadrishim Translation. In all my palaces I can find no other wife as loving as you, a most respectful one. When you were to be married, you disregarded all the kings who had assembled to seek your hand, and simply because you had heard authentic accounts concerning me, you sent a Brahmana to me with your confidential message. So there is no purport. We'll read next one. Sanskrit translation. Phratur virupa karanam yudhi nirjitasya pradvaha parvani chatat vadham aksha gusthayam dukham samuttamasa hosmat ayuga bhutya naiva bravih kim apitena vayam jidaste. Translation. When your brother, who had been defeated in battle and then disfigured, was later killed during a gambling match on Aniruddha's wedding day, you felt unbearable grief, yet out of fear of losing me, you spoke not a word. By this silence you have conquered me. Thank you. Small purport. Here Lord Krishna refers to an event that will be described in the next chapter. Thus Krishna's talks with Rukmini must have taken place after the marriage of Aniruddha. Om Gyantimirandasya Gyanagena Chalakaya Chakshurunmilita Minatasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manopishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Sham Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahaganarathunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Samadhutam Parijanam Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahaganam Lalitam Shri Vishakam Vitam Sham He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gorange Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sudadevi Pranamami Haripe Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtabhale Shrimad Bhaktivedanta Swami Nityanamine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Yantah Pravishta Moachimam Prasuptam Sanjivayanti Kila Shakti Daram Sodamnam Anyam Shahastam Charanam Sharanam Samadik Pranam Namo Bhagavate Purushaya Tubhyam Durgam Patim Dasya Skalak Padramatu Gudusha Kripasana Santa Santa Lamanam Gurave Gurachandra Shretikaya Tulesha Krishna Krishna Bhaktya Tad Bhaktya Namo Namaha Asya Prasadat Yajna Pi Sarva Sadyaki Navrade Sashtani Devame Bhagavan Samprasidata Disham Sadatam Yuktanam Bhajadam Priti Purvakam Dadami Budhyakam Taminam Payantite Krishna Shakti Vinanahitara Pravartana Kala Kalara Dharma Krishna Dharma Sankirtana Hare Krishna. Welcome. So here is a loving exchange between Krishna and Rukmini Devi. And Krishna encourages her by showing his special affection, special respect to her devotion. And Rukmini Devi is the devotee number one in Dwaraka Lila. She's considered most devoted, most advanced devotee in Dwaraka Lila. So Dwaraka Lila is one of the Krishna's Lilas, one of the top. And Rukmini, she's in conjugal relationship with Krishna, right? In Madhurya Rasa. In Madhurya Rasa, there are two main parts, two main divisions. One is called Swakiya, means in marriage. Another is called Parakiya. Parakiya means out of marriage. And in marriage means legal relationship where some of the devotees become Krishna's wives, like Rukmini Devi, for example. Krishna has 6,108 wives in Dwaraka, right? The main 8 wives. Who are there? Do you remember? 8 main. Satyabhama, Jambavati, right? Who else? Somebody else remembers? Any other wives? Lakshmana, Mitravinda, Kalindi, Bhadra, Nangajiti, 8 main. So Rukmini, one of them, he's considered to be number one, topmost among them. And she is in a conjugal relationship in Swakiya Rasa. There is Parakiya Bhava also, and it is completely mood of Vraja. In Dwaraka there is no illegal relationship. There are only legal marriage. So Vraj is Parakiya Dhamma, where predominates this mood. And this is very sensitive, very esoteric kind of topic, because normally people in material world, mundane moralists, they condemn this kind of relationships, right? So it's immoral to have relationships out of marriage. Even nowadays, still, of course, nowadays more predominates a mood of free love, but still moral people still against this kind of relationships. But spiritual parakia, or so-called illegal relationships, has to be explained nicely. And it is big subject, but anyway, we can say something. So in our philosophy, there are 2 main considerations. One is called Tattva Vichar, another is called Rasa Vichar. Vichar means consideration, analysis, and Tattva means philosophical truth. So according to philosophical truth, there is no illegal relationship between Krishna and other gopis, unmarried girls of Raja. Because Krishna, he is the source of everything. And everything belongs to him, right? And all of us, we are eternal servants of Krishna. Jiveras Rupahaya Krishna Nitya Das. So we are part and parcels of Krishna. Mamayevam Sho Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. So we can live without Krishna, even although we are living in a realm of Maya, illusory energy. So everyone belongs to Krishna. Everyone considered to be wife of Krishna, actually, because he is only one man. Ekale Ishvara Krishna Arasabha Britya, in a women's club. All other jivas are considered to be prakriti, which are those who are meant for Krishna's enjoyment. He is only one enjoyer. He is a Purusha. Govinda Mari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. All others, prakriti. Even we in this material world, we play different roles. Like, for example, I am in a male body, somebody in a female body. So we're playing roles of Purusha, but this is false Purusha. All of us, we are prakritis towards Krishna. And Krishna, he dances with his energies. He plays with them. It's like a child plays with his reflection in the water, in the mirror. In the same way, Krishna plays with his energies, with his eternal associates, with gopis, with queens of Dvaraka, Rajanahishis, and other Mahalakshmis and Vaikuntha. And there is no illegal things, but this is consideration of tattva. But in the consideration of rasa, there's some illegal mood, because to experience intense feeling, intense deep rasa, when you under the in the dark of night, you're meeting with the other man, so it's like intense kind of feelings and very dynamic kind of acute rasa, very acute. So in this sense, to experience this kind of things, so by yoga maya energy, potency of Krishna, it has been created this kind of background, where is a legal kind of relationship, which is called parakiya mood. So in this way, Krishna enjoys, reciprocate with his devotees, with the sweet loving mellows, with rasas. So this is considered to be what is concerned about Vraj of Vrindavan. And Rukmini, she is in Dvaraka. And there are two different sadhanas. Sadhana means practice, devotional practice, spiritual practice, to attain different levels of God's realization, different levels of platform of spiritual realm. It is explained in Brahma Samhita. Goloka namni nijadamni chalicatasya devi maheshu haridameshu teshu teshu. Ye prabhava nishtam vishtasthayana govinda madi purushantam ahambhajan. So it's different levels of creation, right? Of spiritual realm and material. Although material is a small portion, 1/4 ekopada vibhuti, and the tripada vibhuti, spiritual world. So Devi Dhama, we live in a dark part of universe. It's called Devi Dhama. Devi, she's in charge for this place. Durga, right? Shadow potency of Krishna. Then the Mahesh Dhama, the Shiva Loka, higher than this realm. Then Haridama. Haridama means Vaikuntha, eternal world, spiritual Paravyoma, transcendental sky. Then higher is Goloka. Goloka is the topmost. And before Goloka, there are Dvaraka and Madhura as well. Two realms. It's like boundaries of Goloka Dhamma. The two parts, Madhurya and Aishwarya Goloka. Aishwarya Goloka means the Dvaraka and Madhura situated, and Vraj, Vrindavan, in the center of this Madhurya Goloka. So it's a complicated little bit. Anyway, so there is explanation in Brahma Samhita, you can read about that. And to attain different realms, you have to follow different sadhana, spiritual practice. We're doing our sadhana every morning, every day. Supposed to be our day is considered to be sadhana or bhajan. Bhajan means our practice, how to attain self-realization, eternal relationship with Krishna. So two different sadhanas. One is called Vaidhi Bhakti. Vaidhi means rules and regulations. We follow certain rules, right? Certain instructions. And we inspired certain things. Like we inspired by injunctions of Shastra. It's called Shastra Mulaka Vidhi. So we follow in Shastra very strictly. And this is our inspiration, because Shastra is saying sometimes, if you don't do this, you're going to punish. Or if you don't do that, you're going to get reward. So in this consideration, we have been inspired and we follow this path. Right? So this is called Vaidhi Bhakti. And another one is called Raganuga Bhakti. Right? So Raganuga means, Raga means attachment, love and attachment. And Nuga means follow, to follow. To follow raga, or your spontaneous kind of attraction, inclination towards Krishna. Right? So we're following this naturally, out of love, out of attachment, not out of instructions of the Shastra, which are bona fide, but it's a little bit lower level. So you're just attracted naturally by according to your soul's inclination, spiritual inclination. So you naturally follow a certain mood, certain bhava, and you're attracted to Krishna. So this is called Raganuga Bhakti. Follow to the footsteps of eternal associates or eternal residents of Vraja. So you have to find some role model in Vraj, in certain rasa. There are 5 primary rasas, you remember, right? 7 secondary, it's called Gauna, and Mukhya, 5 main rasas. You remember those, yeah? Which one? Tell us, Prabhu. Yeah. But you remember, anyway. It's the back of the mind. Yes. And Dasya and Shanta, right? Neutrality, servitude, fraternal, parental, and conjugal. Although Lord Chaitanya said there is no neutrality in Raj. So we follow in the mood of Lord Chaitanya. There is no neutrality. 4 rasas. Charu rasa. Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, Madhurya. And to attain, in order to get this mood of Raja, which is called Vraja Prema, so you have to follow a certain devotee who is considered to be exemplary in this kind of mood or in this rasa. It's called role, you can say role model, whatever, whoever. So, and for example, there are 4 rasas like Dasya Rasa. In Dasya Rasa, main devotee in Dasya Rasa in Vraj, his name Patri. You know Patri? Have you heard? It's a devotee of Krishna. His name Patri. Patri. Also Raktaka and Patraka. You have Raktaka here. Raktak, Patrak. Also they in Dasya Rasa, they consider to be most powerful dasas or servants of Krishna. So if you're inspired for Dasya Rasa, we can follow their footsteps and we can imbue this rasa gradually. And you can get this mood and finally you can attain your loving relationship with Krishna by following the footsteps. So this is scientific. This is very scientific. Then Sakya Rasa. Sakya Rasa, who is the main Sakha of Krishna? Madhumangal, right? Shridham, Subal, Ujval, Arjuna, Vasanta, Kalavenka. So many friends of Krishna. There are 4 subdivisions of Sakya Rasas. There are many devotees. So you can find one of them if you inspire for Sakya loving relationship with Krishna. Sakhas, they're very exalted friends of Krishna. They're on an equal level with Krishna. They reciprocate with Krishna on an equal level, you see. Friends are supposed to be equal. Not like some of the master, some servant. No, they're equal. With Krishna, he is a God. So you have to surpass this mood. You have to come very close to Krishna in order to develop your Sakya mood. Then Vatsalya. Who are the main devotees in Vaitsalya Rasa, parental relationships? Yashoda, she's at number one. Yashoda, Nanda Maharaj, right? Devaki, she's in Mathura, by the way. Who is in Vraj? Putana, yeah, she later became one of the mothers of Krishna, right? Exactly. Vasudev, Dwaraka, yes. Who remember grandmother and grandfathers of Krishna and Radharani? Who? This is Mathura. Kirtida, Vrishabhanu Maharaj, right? Then also Mukhara Rani, Mukhara Devi, she is a grandmother of Radharani. And Pajanya Maharaj, he is a grandfather of Krishna. So many family bonds of Krishna and Radharani. You can read it in, it's called Shri Radha Krishna Ganadesha Deepika by Srila Rupa Goswami. All relatives, all friends, family members of Krishna and Radha, they described. You can read if you want. Then we come into conjugal relationship, Madhurya Rasa. Who are the main devotees? Who are the... Huh? Radha, yeah. So Radharani. Actually, Rupa Goswami describes in his book, it's called Ujjvala Nilamani. It is a separate book from the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. In that book, description of conjugal relationship, Madhurya Rasa. And Rupa Goswami described the 360 different subdivisions of that rasa. 360. So it's quite vast description. I can't describe everything. You can read it. But we can say that three main moods of the gopis. Gopis, they are considered to be wives of cowherd men of Raja. So gopis, there are three main moods. Huh? Chandra, you're speaking about personalities. Yeah. So they represent some particular personalities. So three main moods. One of them inclined towards Krishna. One of them inclined towards Radha. And one of them in between. They call Krishna Snehatika, Radha Snehatika, and Sama Snehatika, means in between. On the same level, they accept both of them, divine couple, Radha and Krishna, on the same level. But some of them, they incline more to Radha, more to Krishna, right? Gopis. And according to that, they have particular mood, like those who... okay, let's tell who are they. First, who they are. Rupa Goswami writes in his Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Akhila Rasamrita Murtih Prasarmara Rudha Ruchi Tara Kapalih Kalita Shyamala Lito Radha Prin Vidur Jayati. So he explained that different gopis, and Krishna has different relationships with different types of gopis. So he explained there are four groups. They're called Swapaksha, Vipaksha, Tatasha Paksha, Suhrit Paksha. Suhrit means heart. Suhrit, the close, the very dear. Sva also my own Paksha group. Tatasha means neutral, and Vipaksha means rivals, competitors, right? Those who opposite. And Prabhu said name of the gopi, Chandravali. So Chandravali, she is in which mood and which category? Yeah. She more inclines to Krishna. She loves Krishna, and she competes with Radharani. She's in the right mood. Right wing of the gopis. It's called right wing, right? left and right wings, and she is a Krishna Snehadika. She has two girlfriends with her. Do you remember those? Chandravali, another name, Padma and Shabya. And of course, Radharani with her associates like Lalita Vishakha, and two more, they're in the middle, in between, they're called Bhadra and Shyama. So this is 8 main gopis. 8 main. Normally we think that Ashtasakis, if you go to Mayapur, you can see on the altar the 8 main gopis. But those are on the left wing. They're Radha Snehadika, they're inclined to Radha. But they're 8 main, those who in different moods. So our acharyas explain that. It's okay. Are you interested in this description? It's okay. Yeah. So, and if you're inspired for this kind of love with Krishna, so you have to follow the footsteps. You have to follow this particular sadhana. It's called Raganuga sadhana bhakti. It's also sadhana because you have to do efforts. You have to endeavor for this. It's not a natural. You have to gradually develop this mood. And to get this mood, you have to find some person who is in one of the eternal associates of Krishna or Radha and follow his footsteps. Meditate all the time. Absorb in the thoughts of what they're doing during the day. It's called Ashtakalya Lila, 8 different parts of the 24 hours. So you go in, you meditate, and finally you eventually, step by step, you imbue this mood, and you become eligible to get this kind of bhava. Anyway, so this is called Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti. So it's kind of advanced stage of sadhana. We're not on that stage. Maybe some of you, but I'm not. I'm Kanishta Adhikari. I'm Kanishta. Try to be. And another one is called Vaidhi. Vaidhi is, that's what we're doing. That's what we're supposed to do. So Vaidhi means we follow in Shastra, we inspire by the mood or inspiration, injunctions of this our Bhakti Shastras. And Bhakti Shastra explained to us, so there's 64 main limbs of Bhakti, right? Out of 64, 9 main. Does anybody remember those 9? Smaranam? Perfect. So 9 limbs is called Nava Bhakti. Out of this 9, 5 main. You remember? 5 main explained in Chaitanya Charitamrita, also in Nectar of Devotion. Bhagavat Shravan, Harinam Sankirtan, Satsanga, Madhurya Rasa, and Shri Murtir Shadhaya Sevana. Worship deity with the faith, living in a holy place like ISKCON temple. Associate with devotees, reading Bhagavatam, discussing Krishna Katha, associate with sadhus and chanting holy name. So this is 5 main. By the way, our program created in such a way that we have 5 limbs of bhakti at morning and at evening. So Prabhupada gave to us such a program. And in between service, it's called ISKCON sandwich. Right? So morning program, evening program, in between service. So our morning program consists of these 5. You can analyze. 5 there are there. And evening program as well if you follow. So this is Vaidhi Bhakti. So we follow this Vaidhi Bhakti, and if you're not inspired for to shift to the Raganuga, finally, when we become qualified, so we can follow it and we can gradually come to the level of through the 9 steps from Shraddha to Prema, right? Shraddha, Sadhusanga, Bhajana Kriya, Anartha Nivriti, Nishta. steady faith. Then ruchi, we acquire taste. Then asakti means attachment, and finally we attain bhava. Bhava means Shuddha Sattva descends upon us, and we'll get spiritual energy consists of Chit, Shakti, and Bhava, and Hladini, right? Pleasure potency and knowledge of our relationship with Krishna. So, and then Prema comes up, finally. So, you can follow path of Vaidhi Bhakti, you can attain Prema. It's called Vaidhi Prema. And you can go to place which is called Vaikuntha, realm of Aishwarya, Mai, Aishwarya, love in awe and reverence, reverential love to Krishna. So we worship Krishna with great opulences, with a mood of even fear. When Krishna is a great, he got all these attributes, and he's a powerful Lord of Vaikuntha. And this Vaidhi Bhakti, you can attain Prema. Finally, it's called Aishwarya Prema, right? Reverential love. And you can go to Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha means mood of Aishwarya. Then you can, if you develop little sweetness to Krishna, you can go higher to Madhura. Madhura, where the portion of Aishwarya and portion of Madhurya. Madhurya means sweetness. And if you'll make it to attain Vraja Prema, then you can shift to Goloka Vrindavana, which is Vraj Vrindavan, where there is only Madhurya. There is no Aishwarya at all. Aishwarya is covered. There is no Aishwarya at all. Although it is explained that Goloka is a very opulent place. Chintamani prakara sadma sukalpa vriksha lakshavriteshu surabhi rabhi palayantam. So the Chintamani philosophical gemstone everywhere, and surabhi cows giving unlimited amount of milk, and trees, wish-fulfilling trees. You can come to a tree, you can ask anything. Tree gives you anything you like. You don't need to go to grocery shop. Just come to the tree. It will give you everything and anything. And goddesses of fortune everywhere. Goddesses of fortune disguised in the form of the gopis, coverhead girls. They're milking cows. They're doing some kind of work like normal coverhead girls, but they're in disguise. They're actually goddesses of fortune, right? So this Goloka, Madhurya mood, and everything covered. Aishwarya covered. There is no visible Aishwarya. It's like a village. Vrindavan is like a village. You can go to village, you can see. There is a river, there are forests and cows on the pasturing grounds. Everything's simple. There are houses and gopis and gopas. It's like a village, no opulence. No opulence. But Madhurya, sweetness. So Madhurya is higher. It's considered to be higher. It's more sweet, it's more attractive, more relishable. Anyway, so by follow Raganuga Bhakti, you can attain Vraja Prema. By follow Vaidhi Bhakti, you can attain realm of Vaikuntha. Dvaraka in between. It means if you inspire for Madhurya Prema, you want to be associated in conjugal love with Krishna, but you follow Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti, you can attain Madhurya Rasa in Swakiya mood. Swakiya means in legal marriage, like a queens of Dwaraka, Raja Mahishas. Main of them, Rukmini. She is an expansion of Chandravali, right? And also, it's nice to be explain how the different living entities relate to Krishna. So Krishna, we said that he is a supreme enjoyer, and from him everything emanates. And first expansion from him, his own Shakti, It's called Svarupa Shakti, right? Shakti, Shaktiman, and Shakti, energy and energetic source. So his first expansion. Krishna, in order to enjoy, he expanded himself in many different expansions. Ekoham Bahushyam. He was one, and he becomes many in order to enjoy. So first expansion is his own Shakti, Svarup Shakti, or it's called Hladini Shakti, pleasure-giving potency. And in Brahma Samhita it is explained that Ananda Chinmaya Rasa Pratibhavit Abhish Tabhir Eva Nija Rupatayo Kalabhis Goloka Eva Nivasatu Adhilatma Bhuta Govinda Mahadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. So Krishna has his own best counterpart, which is his pleasure potency, and from her all other potencies are emanate like in unlimited amount. It's called, first expansion is called Kayuvyuha. Kayuvyuha is they are close associates of Shrimati Radharani, the main gopis in Goloka Vrindavana. Then from those gopis, those who in disguise goddesses of fortune, emanate queens of Dwaraka, Raja Mahishis. From them, Mahalakshmi, queens of Narayana on Vaikuntha, unlimited Vaikuntha planets. Then demigoddesses of this world, demigoddesses, right? Saraswati, Shachi, who else? Also Lakshmi, Durga, and so on and so forth. And finally, very far expansion, female parts, women of this world. They're also considered to be expansion, very far expansion of Shrimati Radharani. Because we all of us, we are Mamayvam Sho Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. We are eternal fragmental parts of the Absolute. Absolute means divine couple, two. Divine couple, right? Source of energy and energetic source and energy. Shakti, Shaktiman, Atayo, Abheda. So we are part and parcels. And in the same way, male parts. So we are also expansions of expansion, part and parcels of Krishna. And if we follow the sequence, we can finally come to Krishna. So all of us, we are part and parcels. And all these emanations of Krishna, they're meant for Krishna's enjoyment. And first expansion of Shrimati Radharani gopis, then gopi expand themselves into Raja Mahishis or queens of Dwaraka. Rukmini is considered to be expansion of Chandravali. Chandravali is the main gopi on the right wing. Right wing means Dakshina Bhava. Dakshina means submissive and humble. They are considered to be Krishna, I am yours. I am fully surrendered to you. I am yours, Krishna. Do with me whatever you like. So that's called Dakshina Bhava. Fully submissive to Krishna. Fully dedicated. And Krishna likes it, but he likes more another mood, which is called Pragalbhya or Vama Bhava. Means arrogant and proud gopis, and they try to forcibly conquer Krishna and bring Krishna under the control to Shrimati Radharani. Shrimati Radharani, she is a queen of Vrindavana, Vrindavaneshwari. And they try to control Krishna and bring him down to the lotus feet of Shrimati Radharani. And forcibly insist Krishna to worship her and surrender to her and acknowledge her superiority. So there another group of gopis, they are called Vama Bhava, very arrogant. And main of them is Lalita Devi. And she is the guru of all other gopis. But expansion of Chandravali, who is in the mood of Dakshina, is Rukmini. And she is considered to be main wife in Dwaraka. She in this mood. She very surrendered. She very submissive to Krishna. Whatever Krishna does, she accepted. So like Krishna plays with her sometimes, saying different things and teases her and she like completely, she's crying, and she accepts whatever Krishna said, and Krishna appreciates her love. Krishna gives special respect to her devotion, and he said, "You completely conquered me by your love. You conquered me." So Krishna became, overwhelmed and completely, also submissive to her because of her love. And you can conquer Krishna only by love, because Krishna is unconquerable. He is Ajita. Nobody can conquer him, but you can conquer him by love. Any jiva can conquer him if you develop this unprecedented, unmotivated, uninterrupted love. Ahaitukya pratihatam yayatma suprasidhi. We can conquer even Krishna, who is Ajita. What is the verse? Aham prabha jita jito apitaya strilokyam. Lord Brahma in his stuti, he prays to Krishna that how Krishna can be conquered by the love of the devotees if they're just hearing and repeating the message, the Krishna Katha, different pastimes of Krishna. By hearing Krishna Katha and performing Kirtan, we can conquer unconquerable Lord Krishna. So anyway, Rukmini, she is the main wife and she is the most advanced devotee in Dwaraka. And how it related to us, so how we can practically apply this, all this which I described, mentioned for you. So is it applicable to us? And how? So how we can? It's too high. It's too advanced for us. How we can apply everything? Is anybody? Yes. Whatever you like, if you want. You say you have a powerful voice.
So, thank you for this class because actually, it's not hard to conceive of these things and how to apply them once you. I made a really wonderful discovery from the Sri Namamrita, where Prabhupada described the etymology of the word Krishna. And he says the word Krishna, it basically means the whole of existence. Krishna is the whole of existence. So the whole of existence shrinks down to, like the size of a person, Shamsundar, and the whole is inside of itself. So the goal of life is to know this whole of existence has come to us so that we can understand all the things you spoke about. And it was so encouraging to hear how you spoke about it, because we can just dive in. We're not going to waste our time to dive in, and it's not hard if we just surrender to reality. And it seems like you have done that, so it's very encouraging. So I just wanted to share that much, because that one piece of information from Prabhupada about Krishna as the whole of existence was a big change for me. I don't think of Krishna as just as like in India, the cowherd boy and all these different things. I think, wow, the whole of existence has come to us so we don't get lost.
So whole of existence, it means you live in the Krishna. You're part of this whole of existence. That means you live in Krishna. Yeah, you exist in Krishna himself, and it's true. But this is called oneness and diversity at the same time. Simultaneous oneness and diversity, and sometimes it's inconceivable. What does it mean? So Krishna is there is a person which is Krishna, but he is the source of all other energies. That's why we can say Krishna is a whole of existence, because he covers everything, nothing beyond of it, nothing fall apart, nothing fall away from this absolute program, which is Satyam Param. And Krishna, he is represents this. That's why sometimes the devotee is asking, "Oh, Prabhu, please tell us about Krishna something." And Prabhupada asking, normally Prabhupada asks, which part of Krishna you want to hear about? So because Krishna is everything, he is the whole of existence. So Krishna means Krishna himself, then all his avatars, means all Vishnu tattvas, Narayanan, Vishnu, Narasimha, Varaha, Rama, and so on. Then all his energies, unlimited energies, right? His main energy and also her expansions, and also material energy there, which is we live in now in this shadow part of pleasure potency. And all living entities are also part and parcels of Krishna. Javera Svarupahaya Krishna. So that means that everything means Krishna, whole of existence. So which part of Krishna I want to hear about? So, so you can cover Krishna. And it's called oneness in diversity, simultaneous and inconceivable. This is called philosophy of Lord Chaitanya. So we can reconcile everything in this philosophy. It's very broad and very all-embracive, let's say. Yeah. But my question was, thank you, Prabhu. My question was, what the practical thing we can apply in our life, this story of Rukmini and her surrender to Krishna, her mood of submissiveness. So what is practical for us? How to attain this? For example, do we attain it or not? Or we just, theoretical discussions and we go take prasadam and go to sleep. So where is, how we connect to this? Yeah.
And I'm just sharing. I don't know if it's correct or not. For me personally, I think of I think it's Bhagavad first canto, first chapter. I think it's the eighth verse, the eighth text, 118. The secret, in the purport, Prabhupada says the secret to success in spiritual life is in pleasing the spiritual master, thereby getting his
Yes,
blessings.
absolutely. To please spiritual master and we'll get everything. Yeah. Probably you want to say something? No, no. Oh, I don't know if Prabhu wants.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you so much for your class. It's an intriguing topic. Ruk- Rukmini Devi is just showing an epitome of submission towards Krishna. But what I was trying to take from your discussion when you mentioned about the three camps, three groups of
Mm.
conjugal love towards Krishna, of one towards Krishna, one Radharani, one in between, and the this was not the part of discussion, but this is how I personally related to it. That Chandravali, she doesn't has not is, does not has a submissive mood as Radharani does. She has a different flavor of conjugal love, and I started to think about even that different flavor can be used in service of Krishna. So what it personally meant for me, I was thinking that even there are different defects of character that I have, even that can be used in the service of Krishna. I was reading that when there is anger, we can use that anger to be passionate and create something. We can use in service of Krishna. When there
On the
is
battlefield.
sadness, we bring that into light and we have acceptance of what Krishna's will is there in my life. When I have guilt, I I make my amends and I have forgiveness. When I have shame, then I have humility. When I feel glad, I am grateful. I am grateful for what I have because I know if Krishna's mercy will not be there, what will be the situation? So, even though I have all those things, I have all those, I can use that in service of Krishna. Recently, I was thinking about, if somebody does something which is out little bit odd, which I'm not used to, I would feel annoyed. And I was thinking, what is this annoy means? I'm feeling annoyed. Annoying is means that I feel smugly superior to somebody. And if I feel superior to somebody, I can use it to act the way I want because I know I am right. So I see that as a defect of character, but even I can use that in service of Krishna. So that's what I don't know if that makes it very clear or not, but that's what I derived from what you were saying. This is how I personally related to it.
You're very expert, Prabhu, how to dovetail all your different propensities of your character into the service of Krishna. Thank you. Anyone else likes to say anything? How to practically apply all this knowledge to our situation? Probably can give the mic if you finish.
Thank you for your class. So, I read that all these gopis were basically enlightened sages in the past.
What is it? Sages, yeah.
So,
Not all of them, but
so they got the fruit of their penance by finally meeting with Krishna and experiencing the various forms of love that God has for uh, for the enlightened sages, which is actually like it can be interpreted in many ways, but like uh, I also think that sometimes when like this is described as heaven, so if a person reaps the results of his penance, then he reaches Vaikuntha, but ultimately those results will diminish and then they'll fall down again maybe, or is it like permanent, I don't know. But then like it's just one aspect of Krishna, because we also see how he saved Draupadi. So she was also like a supplicant who was looking for mercy, and he saved her. And he fought for righteousness for the Pandavas, so he like saved them from the Kauravas. And then he also saved he had a lot of love for the gopis in Vrindavan. And then another aspect, he had the whole of Dwarika and he had children. So in every way, whoever comes in contact with him, he can transform their lives and save everybody. That's just like my take from it. He can give them the results of their penances or their long-standing suffering by just coming in contact with them.
so your conclusion is Krishna can give you. What is your conclusion?
My conclusion is that it's like a touchstone. Whatever it touches, it turns into gold. So like whoever comes in contact with him,
Okay.
whatever little ability that person or that little penance or little surrender that person has, he rewards it accordingly many times over. So
Yeah. This is good principle,
aspects.
by the way. That's what I wanted to mention. You just now mentioned this. This principle given in the fourth chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna said, Yat hamam prapadyante tam sathaiva bhajamyaham. So whoever surrendered to him, he reciprocates accordingly. So that's the point. And all of us, we can attain whatever we want in relationship with Krishna, because he exchange in the same mood and same bhava. So whatever we want to attain in those relationships, we can get them through the surrendering process to Krishna. By surrendering him, we can get finally his mercy, and Krishna reciprocates accordingly to our surrender. And of course, surrender is a big topic anyway, so this is a principle given by Krishna, how to attain spiritual advancement by surrender to him or to his devotees. This is also another topic. So any other ideas? Anyone likes to? Mother Jivan?
Well, it seems that the conclusion was reached. That, so if you're asking for something, I guess it's a very confidential dealing that Krishna's having with Rukmini, like highly confidential. So, and I guess even your breakdown of the whole organizational structure of the devotional realm is highly confidential. So there's that part that one is getting some entrance into a very confidential world. So.
Thank you. Yes, definitely this is confidential, but anyway, our Acharyas is speaking about that, and Bhagavatam describes to us, giving to us kind of hint, or we can see through the keyhole what is going on in the spiritual world by reading books of Acharyas and our Shastra, Bhakti Shastras. So therefore we can get access and be inspired, and also gradually develop our certain mood and relationship with Krishna through that. Otherwise, there is no way how to get this. It is very far, very high. Anyway, thank you. Prabhu, you want to say anything? It's okay. Jai. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Granth Haraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Premanande. Hare Hare Bol. Shri Shri Kishore Kishori Jagannath Baldev Supadra Shri Guru.